We'd like to welcome you to the J&B podcast. Today we're talking about the amazing team in the Western Conference, the Utah Jazz. Let's do it.
Okay. Well, honestly, here's my thing with the Jazz. Every single year, they say it's their time. They're going to make that next step to the playoffs. And I honestly think they will this year, but I think ESPN is going a little crazy because they're projecting them as the third seed behind only San Antonio and Golden State. So
Then you're not going to like what I have to say.
okay, say it, man.
Okay, so I think the Utah Jazz have a legit shot of making it to the Western Conference Finals this year.
Okay.
A legit shot. They're going to go the highest they can get in the Western Conference is second seed, the lowest fourth.
Okay. Well, why? Like, what are your
Why?
reasons for that?
It's because they've got so many players coming back. They got Dante Exum coming back from a full year of injury. They got Alec Burks coming back from a half-year injury. Everyone is coming back from injury. You got Joe Johnson adding on the bench. You have Boris Diaw, a serviceable big man, which we need.
Great passing, big man.
Great passing big man. There you go. We have an amazing roster going on this year. The Utah Jazz will have 2 players in the All-Star game.
See, and I agree with you on that. I think Gordon Hayward should have been an All-Star.
He should have.
It's just his team just...
And he's in Utah.
Yeah, exactly. He's a small market. But I think Gordon Hayward, and then I think either Rudy Gobert or Derek Favors has a really good chance at the All-Star game. And then my thing is, and you can't forget Rodney Hood either.
Oh, Rodney Hood is a beast.
And last January, I believe he averaged 19 a game.
That's true.
So
I honestly think he is the best scorer on the team besides
Rodney?
Yeah, because he can score with so much ease.
Over Gordon or no?
I think it's over Gordon. If you watch Gordon, he scores it's very hard for him to score sometimes. Rodney scores with ease. He's a great 3-point shooter, which Gordon's never been great at. He's not the best. But Rodney's a great 3-point shooter, and it's only his second year, and he's averaging, 16 or 17 points a game?
Something like that.
It was amazing for a second-year player.
Yeah.
He will be lights out. The only thing that will stop him from scoring that much is Joe Johnson.
See, and here's my thing with... I'm glad we picked up some veterans because I think that's the reason we didn't make the playoffs is when you have a super young team that's never been there, it's going to be hard to make that next step, especially Gordon.
We also had a bunch of injuries.
Yeah, exactly.
We were loaded with injuries.
Yeah, exactly. Well, see, that's going to be tricky to see if... Because remember, Rudy Gobert and Derek Favors are 2 best big men and maybe our 2 best players, who knows. They both missed 20-plus games each. Mm-hmm. So if we can stay healthy, we'll definitely make the playoffs. I don't know about 2 seed or 4 seed. I am thinking top 6-ish range. Mm-hmm. But I can... And my thing is, we picked up good veterans, but when will they ever play? Because we have Rodney Hood, Alec Burks... And Gordon Hayward can even play a guard position. And then we have George Hill. When will Joe Johnson get minutes?
You have a really good point there, but you have to...
And we drafted 2 point guards.
Yeah, they're never going to play. Marcus Page, never going to see the floor. He will not be on the roster this year. And the other guy, I don't even know what his name is, but he's not going to be on the team. The only draft pick that's staying is Joel Bolomboy.
Okay.
He is going to be out there, and he's going to be playing very good minutes because a lot of people have compared him to Paul Millsap, which I agree with. He's a bigger Paul Millsap. He's 6'10", I believe.
Yeah.
But he will be great for the Jazz.
Is he a shooter? I haven't watched much of him.
I don't really know. I think he's more of a post player.
Okay.
Yeah, he's more of a post player. And we got rid of... We really didn't get rid of anyone. We got rid of Trey Burke, which was cancer for our team. I hated Trey Burke. He was a horrible player.
Okay.
And then we got rid of Tibor Plyce, who played 5 games last year.
Yeah, and he sucked anyway.
Yeah, he was just tall, lengthy dude and did nothing.
Yeah.
But that's what people say about me. But... Anyway, I think there will be an amazing team. Quinn Snyder has a chance to win the Coach of the Year award this year because he is such a great coach. Mm-hmm. And he can lead this team to the NBA Conference Finals.
Okay, then let me ask you a question. If you think we can be good enough to get the 2nd seed, why not Gordon Hayward for MVP? No one's saying that.
It's because we live in Utah.
So because of our small market, we have no chance?
Yes, people out of Utah.
Tell that to Karl Malone for a second, Bryce.
You know what? Karl Malone was different because Karl Malone made a reputation for Utah before he won the MVP.
Okay.
Right now, the reputation of Utah is we suck.
Yeah.
And
ever since the D. Will trade.
Ever since the D. Will trade, no one talks about Utah. The only time people talk about Utah is when we draft players. No one ever talks about Utah, ever.
Yeah.
That's why he will not be that way. Because in order to win the MVP, you don't have to also be a great player. You have to have a media base that loves you and adores you. Utah does not have that media base.
Yeah. Well, I see what you're saying, but I think if we can go from the 9 seed, or were we the 10 seed?
We were the 9 seed.
So if we can go from the 9 seed and somehow leap to the 2nd seed, I think ESPN will be forced to televise more of our games, for one, and give us more recognition on their top plays or whatever. So if we get that 2nd seed, it would be an amazing story if Gordon Hayward somehow gets MVP. And I think if we do get a top 4 seed, he'll definitely be in the race, or Derek Favors might even be.
I don't think Derek Favors will be in the race. And also, the thing is, we've got so many dynamic players, it steals away from Gordon Hayward.
Mm-hmm.
But see, my reasoning for Steph Curry not winning the MVP is because he won it the past 2 years, and they don't want consistency.
Yeah.
They're not going to give it to Kevin Durant because everyone hates Kevin Durant right now. They're sick of giving the MVP to LeBron James. So Paul George never won the MVP, a great player. Kawhi Leonard, he is just a quiet player, so that might keep him from winning the MVP.
James Harden?
I don't like James Harden, and his team sucks.
But he's going to play MVP numbers.
Yeah, he's going to play MVP numbers, but he'll get no credit for it. Because his team has no one on it.
That's true. They got some pickups, but...
Like who?
Nene. Nene Hilario.
The only thing Nene is known for is
Hey, they got Ryan Anderson as well.
Ryan Anderson.
They'll probably be higher than the 8 seed this year.
Mm-hmm.
But back to the Jazz, I think the most underrated thing they did this whole offseason was pick George Hill. Because they already have Shelvin Mack, who somehow was a 3rd string for Atlanta, but played amazing for the Jazz in his few games that he did get to play for them. And then, so him as a backup, and George Hill, who can stretch the floor with the 3 and isn't and he's a pretty decent defender as well. So I think he'll be able to run our offense and finally get us to the playoffs.
See, Shelvin Mack is in a hard place. He will be either the 3rd or 4th string on this team.
Behind who?
George Hill, Dante Exum, and it will be a fight for 3rd and 4th between Raul Neto and Shelvin Mack.
Okay. Over Raul Neto, though?
I like Raul Neto's play.
What do you like about him?
He's a good 3-point shooter.
That's it. He wasn't a very good defender last year. He wasn't a very prolific scorer. Trey Burke was probably better than Neto.
Well, Trey Burke's good at scoring, but he can't pass the ball.
Okay. And Neto, okay, I can see that. Neto was a decent passer.
Yeah, he was a nice passer. But now, since the Utah Jazz have a point guard that can do something, we are going to go far in the playoffs. We're going to go 2nd round, at least the 2nd round. I can see the 2nd round coming.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be coming. We're chugging
and
around.
We'd need a top 4 seed, I'd say, to get the 2nd round. Because, the Spurs always kill us.
Uh-huh.
I think, what teams do you think Utah could beat that are playoff teams in the West?
So we have a good shot of beating, I think the way we play, we can beat the Golden State Warriors at least once. I can see it happening.
One game or in a series?
One game.
In the regular season?
Yeah, in the regular season,
okay.
I can see us winning once.
We should have won maybe 2
Los
last
Angeles
year.
Clippers, I feel like they're overrated,
okay.
and I feel like we can beat them.
In a series?
In a series.
Okay.
I feel like we can beat Portland. It will be Portland and Utah Jazz will be a great series, I feel like. And if this happens, this will be an amazing, amazing series. Utah Jazz versus the Minnesota Timberwolves.
That would be
a great series. You got the Towers versus each other. You have got an amazing matchup right there.
That would be the future of the NBA right there.
Basically, that's what it is. Those will be great series. I think the Jazz will pull ahead because of their experience.
Mm-hmm.
But besides that, I think we can beat any other team in the NBA except for Cleveland Cavaliers, Golden State Warriors, San Antonio.
Okay. And I agree with those, but I think we can beat Houston.
Oh yeah,
I think we can beat Dallas if Dallas makes the playoffs.
I don't think Dallas will make the playoffs.
And then Memphis, I think we can beat Memphis. It's just going to be hard because Memphis plays the same way we do.
Yeah, we do.
They grind out games and play slow, and they have an amazing defense, but their offense struggles at times. So if Rodney Hood really develops and Gordon Hayward can take the next step offensively, I think we can probably beat Memphis as well. So I don't think it's far-fetched to say we can get the conference finals. I just think if we face LA in the second round, Chris Paul will be sick of never making it to the second round, and he'll play out of his mind. And I think Blake Griffin, remember just 2 playoffs ago, he was amazing when they lost to Houston somehow. So I think LA will most likely make the conference finals over us.
But you got to remember, with history has gone, Blake's going to punch someone and get out.
He'll break his hand again?
Yes, okay. We're going to stop talking about, we're going to keep on talking about the Jazz. For the end of our video, name the top 5 Jazz players by position for your go.
Okay, well...
You can pick whoever you want. We're not doing draft system this time.
Okay, then the first one I got to say, obviously, John Stockton at the point guard.
Uh-huh.
The 2 guard, this is going to be controversial because I know you hate him, but I'm going to have to say Darren Williams.
Darren Williams
led us to the conference finals. Okay, Darren Williams was a multi all-star for us, and it really he was a 18-10 guy for us, and he was just a really good player. There was a debate over him or CP3.
I think you forgot someone who played for the Jazz.
Okay.
Pistol Pete Maravich.
Okay. I agree. That was a bad move by me, but you can have him, okay?
Yeah, go. Keep going.
The 3, the 3 is hard for me, Adrian Dantley or Gordon Hayward, because Dantley was an amazing scorer, but I think Gordon Hayward, we haven't even seen the best of him yet.
Okay.
So I'm going to lean towards Hayward. Karl Malone, obviously.
Oh, yeah, without a doubt.
Underrated power forward. I'd say second best power forward ever behind Timmy D. And then our center, I don't know. Would you say Mark Eaton?
I say Mark Eaton. Best blocker in the game.
That's true. And he was 7'4". No one's getting over him. No one's shooting over him. Okay, who's yours?
Point guard, obviously John Stockton. There's no debate.
Yeah.
Shooting guard, Pistol Pete Maravich. Man, I'm going old school. Amazing player. Mm-hmm. Small forward, my favorite player of all time, Andre Karolinko, AK-47. He should have his jersey number retired, but it's not, and it's angering me so much.
Lose a one-time All-Star, you're not going to get your jersey retired for that.
So, he has got some NBA records out there.
He did have 5x5 games.
5x5, and I think Hakeem Olajuwon's the only one who has the other one.
Okay.
Power forward, obviously Karl Malone. And then at center, Mark Eaton. I love Mark Eaton. I didn't see him play, but he's tall. Wow. And he's a nice guy. Okay, coach, Jerry Sloan is kicking this team's butt. We're going to the championship with my 5. Boom. Okay.
I agree with that Jerry Sloan pick as well.
Okay, that's all for today, guys. We'd like to thank you for listening to the JB Podcast. Also, comment down below who your favorite NBA team is and their starting 5. Also, like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.